Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Time Traveler's Handbook. Today I will be starting my discussion on Season 2 of Doctor Who with The Girl in the Fireplace, Episode 4 of Season 2. Spoilers ahead for that episode. The Girl in the Fireplace is a story about a woman, Madame de Pompadour, otherwise known as Renette, from the 18th century, and a spaceship from the 51st century designed to stalk her throughout her life. As the story unfolds, the Doctor finds that the repair androids aboard the ship seek to extract Renette's brain because they believe it to be compatible with the ship. The interesting time travel mechanic from this episode are called time windows. These windows appear all over the ship, and they act as gateways that can be entered and exited through to bring passage to the 18th century from the 51st century. Most of them perform this way, but they can be broken, as you see at the end of the episode where the Doctor shatters one of the time windows in order to get to the 18th century. The first time window, and the most commonly used one in this episode, is the fireplace. Through a hole in the fireplace, the Doctor can see Renette in the past, and by activating a lever, he can travel to the past to her location. However, when he does this at first, it has been months since they had last spoken, which means that every moment that the Doctor spends in the ship in the 51st century is dilated on the other side. The concept of the time windows is interesting because it seems like such a limited form of time travel. We can see that going through the same passageway multiple times results in ending up at different times on the other side. So the time windows don't go to a specific moment in time, but rather kind of go through Renette's life from the start of the life of the ship to its end. One of the mysteries of this episode is that the original purpose of the ship is never really explicitly discussed, but in the end it is revealed that it is called the SS Madame de Pompadour, most likely implying that the whole purpose of the ship was to watch the life of Renette. I don't think that the original intention of the ship was to extract her brain, like the clockwork droids intend to do, but these time windows were definitely built with the intent of looking in on Renette's life. It's possible that the ship can use these time windows on a loop, meaning that they can start them up at the beginning of Renette's life and watch it all the way to the end. However, this could introduce some different problems in the form of multiple instances of the same crew members spread out throughout the life of Renette, or even the clockwork droids in that matter. If the Doctor didn't see anyone from the ship in those times, then this option is most likely not the case, and the time windows were really only built to be used once. However, even if it doesn't work in the application of this episode, that is a possibility that you can use for future uses of this mechanic in different situations. Just a window through time that you can put on a set track that tracks someone throughout their entire life on a smaller dilated time period, and then you can come in at different points during that person's life. Perhaps the time windows were built by the clockwork droids after all, letting them go back to Renette. Perhaps the time windows are multifunctional and they were used for someone other than Renette before. It's really hard to say. There isn't a lot of context given to these time windows, but I would say that this is one of the most interesting inclusions on a short form time travel mechanic. Using these windows to pop in at different points during a person's life can appear like time travel. You're basically just bumping in at random points during this person's life, and that's their perspective, is that you keep on showing up, you never age, and you don't experience life at the same pace that they do. So they would either think that you are immortal or a time traveler. And this can explain a lot of other things in different contexts and different scenarios. Like, think about how this would look if you were on the other side and you had a stranger that was popping in on your life at different points. This concludes our talk about The Girl in the Fireplace. Thank you for tuning in, and next time we're going to start talking about parallel universes and how they apply in Doctor Who with episode 5 and 6 in the second season. As always, thank you for listening.